This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. In this video, I'm going to go over the Csus4, Fsus4, Gsus4, and Bsus4 chord voicings that we play in first position. In the last video in the lesson series, I explained what Sus4 chords are, or Sus chords. So we learned about those, and we also learned the Esus4, Asus4, and Dsus4 chord voicings that we play. We're going to continue to use those ones in some of the chord progressions that we play here in this video. So if you haven't checked out the previous video and you need help with those chords, you're going to want to check that one out. After I've gone over these chords, of course, we are going to jam together on some chord progressions. And of course, it's going to be you, me, and the band. So we got bass and drums joining us as we play these progressions, which gives us that real ensemble feel, which is super, super fun. This video accompanies lesson 19 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're starting on page 129 there, where these chords are demonstrated, and then we'll be playing some of the songs that are found there on the different pages of lesson 19. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dive in here. In the last video, we learned that Sus4 chords replace the third of the chord with the fourth. So a perfect fourth above the root replaces the third of the chord. And if it's a major third, if we were comparing these to major chords, then it's just 1 fret higher. So that's how that works. So we'll take a look at Csus4 first. If you think about the normal C chord, we got a couple things happening here. Right on what is normally played as that second fret on the 4th string now has to come up, and we can grab it with our pinky 1 fret higher to create that sus sound. The C chord has 2 places with a third in it, so we've also got our top string. You either don't play the top string, you mute it, or we're going to lay our index finger down and play across both of those top 2 strings at the 1st fret, and we get Csus4. So I got ring and pinky at the 3rd fret on the 5th string and 4th string. I got my open G string, and then my index finger plays the top 2 strings of the 1st fret, and I get Csus4. In getting used to that, you can go back and forth between your C chord and then Csus4. Just get used to finding that one just like that. Back and forth. So that's Csus4. Let's take a look at Fsus4. Fsus4 is really similar. This one only has the third in the chord in one place. So if you think of the 4-string F chord that we can play in first position, all we're doing is taking what would normally be at the 2nd fret on that 3rd string and going 1 fret higher to create the suspension sound. So if you play your natural F chord, the chord that you're used to playing, F major, add your pinky at the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, or 3rd string, sorry, 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and you get the Fsus4. So you can go back and forth between F and Fsus4. You don't have to take your middle finger off, but you can. A lot of times I will, but you don't have to. So we get the Fsus4, and just practicing back and forth between F major and Fsus4 can be really helpful to you. So there's Fsus4. Let's take a look at Gsus4. With Gsus4, there are 2 places where there's a third. We're just going to go ahead and mute the low one. So we're going to take our ring finger. If you think of the way you might play a G chord, if you finger it middle ring and pinky, that's where we're going to start out here, but you can mute that 5th string just by collapsing your ring finger on it. And then we need to add the index finger at the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and you will get a nice Gsus4. Now you could also bring and put your middle finger here and your ring finger there and get all 6 strings in there. That's another way to play it, which is a nice way to play it as well. It's a little harder to grab, so up here on the board, I've just gone ahead and muted that string because this one's much easier to grab. You can use a different fingering if you want to, but for my money, per se, it's easiest to grab it ring, pinky, and index. So you can go back and forth between G major and Gsus4. Just getting used to that one. So with Gsus4, we've got that. These 3 have a similar feel because they have a third sort of positioned in the same kind of place relative within the voicing, right above the root. with all of these, and so it just becomes 1 fret higher. But with the Gsus4, if you're just going to play the high strings and mute this one, then we don't see that there, but it is there. But then with the Csus4 and Gsus4, we got to count for the second third that's voiced in the chord, just like that. Bsus4 is a little different, actually. So this one actually works as a nice first position chord. We don't have a first position chord that we play for B natural. So that's a little different here. What's cool about this one is if you've been going through the lesson series or you're familiar with the power chord shapes, this is the same as a power chord, but what we are now doing is adding in these extra strings here, the top 2 strings being open, and we get a nice Bsus4. Just like that. So we mute that we mute this bottom string, but then we have index, ring, and pinky, and the top 2 strings open. In a power chord, we would just play these ones, and these would be muted, but you get a nice Bsus4 chord happening just like that. The only chord that we have in first position with B is B7, so if you wanted to go back and forth between that, you could. But really what's probably easier is to go maybe between an E chord and a Bsus4. That's not an uncommon thing to have happen. Or Esus4 to the Bsus4. That's another option as well. Okay, so now that we've gone over the chords, we're going to jam together using these in the chord progressions. Let's take a look at the strumming that's going to happen. Our first one that we're going to play in this video is number 6 on page 130, which goes down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You're going to notice that you've got 2 chords per measure. What you want to make sure and do is have that second chord come in on that up strum that anticipates beat 3, which is completely obscured. So if I went from the E to an Esus4, if I just go back and forth between that one, we did learn that one last time, but you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, switch. Make sure and do that one with number 6. Then we're going to play number 10, which just has down, down, up, down, up as the strumming pattern. We're so familiar with that strumming pattern. We'll do number 8 after that. Down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up. We're familiar with that one as well. And then number 11 will be in 3/4 time. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. Each one of these 4 progressions is going to happen at 2 tempos like normal, so a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. If you need to, just mute those strings and work on the strumming hand. Let the strumming hand just rest and work on the fingerings of the chords and then try putting them together. If you are struggling with any of these, then what you want to do is just work the progression. So if I had a spot going from E to Bsus4, I can just go ahead and do E to Bsus4, and I could just practice back and forth the switch. And then if Bsus4 went on to A, I could take Bsus4 and practice to A. Bsus4 and practice to A. And I just kind of keep going back and forth. So anywhere you're struggling to get to the chord, you just practice that change over and over, and then try adding in the strumming, and then try playing the progression. All right, it's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and play these. Okay, awesome. I hope you're having fun with this. In the next video, we're going to work on some more chord progressions that use these chords and the chords that we've learned previously. So it's going to be lots of fun. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.